Soul Brother #1.
Yo.
The legendary
Peace.
Pete Rock.
So,
Yo, this is the first time I think I ever had somebody on that has the same name as me, man.
Premium Pete.
Man, Pete Rock, man. It's
Pete.
it's a blessing, man.
What's up, bro?
Man, just
What's going on out here?
well, what's going on right off the bat is before we even get into talking about Pete Rock and the journey.
It's all good.
Yo, you know what? I seen something on social media today that really drove me crazy. Said a dude who was locked up for 31 years wrongfully received a $75 check, and I didn't a $75 check to get his life together.
$75.
Yeah,
That's
I need
not
to
enough
look
money
I need to look
get
into that shit to see if it was. But this is what I seen, and I wrote like,
Really?
I swear to God,
That's weird.
and I wrote like the system is broken, man.
Yeah,
because
big time.
Because if you have somebody that spent that many years in jail for something they didn't even commit, and
then insult them like
they
that.
They need to he needs to sue them or get himself a lawyer.
It's only in America, man.
Jacoby and Myers, remember Jacoby and Myers?
Yes.
But anyway, listen, Pete. First of all, man, yo,
What's up?
thank you for being here. I didn't even realize how fucking far you're resting now.
I live 2 hours away. You owe me, man.
Yeah, I do. Rockland County, right?
Yeah.
Well,
that's not 2 hours.
What's up with Rockland County, man? Tell us about that.
You know, it's cool. Yeah, I'm from the Bronx. I'm from Mount
Born
Vernon.
and raised, right?
Yeah, Mount Vernon, New York. Man.
Money earning.
Yeah, man.
So you were born. Okay, let's take it back. You were born in the Bronx. Right?
Lived in the Bronx. Moved from the Bronx when I was about 7, 8 years old, and lived in Mount Vernon ever since. Then, we come from a musical background anyway. My pops being a
Pops
DJ.
was a DJ, right?
Yep.
What was his handle?
Just Leighton G. Phillips, and he collected every genre of music, but we were Jamaican, so we had that on deck.
Jamaican music,
yeah,
playing in the house.
Yes.
Yo, before you even go into that, how important do you think it is for families, parents particularly, to play music in their house while they have young kids like that?
It's very important. I do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? I think it's essential that we know, especially the kids today, know what real music is. You know what I mean? Like cats like Marvin Gaye and James Brown and Barry White. People need to know who these kind of artists are. Kids, because that's what this new what produced this new generation was those guys. You know what I'm saying?
When you think about like, you coming up and being one of the, one of the people who was looked at as probably one of the greatest hip hop producers of all time. I'm sure you heard that before.
I mean, yeah.
How do you take that in?
I love it. I'm good. You got plenty of greats out here, but to call me that, I'm honored.
But even before coming in,
sit down.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're humble, Kendrick. Who was your favorite? Even if you're looking back now, when you say like who
rappers or singers,
no, like just producers. Did you have any?
Of course, yeah. I mean, of course. I mean, if you want to start from back in the day, I could tell you couple: Howie T, Marley Marl, Larry Smith. You know what I'm saying? Rick Rubin. You know what I mean? Those guys.
Did you ever get a chance to meet Rick Rubin?
I think once. Yeah.
He had no shoes on.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
That motherfucker don't wear no Jordans.
I don't remember when I did meet him, but yeah, and those were the guys I looked up to, and it's just like a domino effect with music and musicians in the music business, and people that we looked up to like Rick James and Marvin and Diana Ross and Aretha Franklin, all those people, gave it back to us in a way where we took it and crafted it and made it hip-hop.
Sure.
Whether it was sampling their music and bringing it back in a hip-hop form.
And even going back to Pops, when you said, so he started taking you around?
Yeah, he started taking me around.
At a young age?
Yeah, I was hanging out in the record stores with him. You know what I'm saying? We'd be hanging out. Me and my younger brother would be, just either we'd be in the car, with the windows half down, playing around in the car with no key in it, though. We just acting like we're driving, beeping the horn.
Big steering wheel.
Right, big steering wheel, sitting all crazy, little behind the wheel. Or we'll be in the record store where it smells like fruity air freshener, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, every record store in the Bronx that you walked in had that smell, like that air freshener smell. Like,
was that the cover of the weed?
Zodiac posters up and glow in the dark joints and all of that.
Was that the cover of the weed?
Maybe.
Now, being Jamaican, did Pop smoke weed?
I don't think so. Nah.
No?
He drank.
Okay.
My pops used to drink rum.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Not Puerto Rican rum.
No.
Jamaican rum.
150 proof.
Yo, you know, I said something today. I was talking to one of my friends, and I was like, yo, actually, no, I tweeted this the other day. I wrote, I really realized I have a 17-year-old daughter and I have a 2-year-old son.
I have an 18-year-old daughter.
This
She
shit,
just turned
really?
18 May 4th.
Congratulations,
Yes,
man.
thanks, man.
Let me ask you something. Is it hard being a parent to a daughter as they get older?
Of course. You know, you worry about them a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm married, but, you know, I have a son, too, also with my wife.
Yeah.
And my daughter's with, you know.
Her mother, yeah.
Yes. And
same here.
yeah. So, you know, I worry about her a lot, but I'm always been in her life, you know, call, you know, left thousands of messages, whatever the case is, and we'll get together and hang out and, you know, I watched her grow up from a baby till now, and it just bugs me out. I say to myself all the time, like, damn, I got an 18-year-old.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
When you've been through a lot, you've been through and created a lot of dope stuff and been around a lot of dope people. I mean, how important has parenting been to you? I think people who aren't parent may not understand.
It's essential, man. It's very important. Like, part of the reason why we have, you know, irregularities out here is because of parenting.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? With people. You know what I mean? So, I was always told how important it was, you know, and growing up and having my own experiences with my parents and how I was raised and, you know, just trying to, you know, do it different in a new age that we're in.
And that's important, you know, even like I don't know how Jamaican, you know, the nationality is about family.
Yeah.
But, you know, I was telling this to somebody, you know, I come from an Italian family.
Mm-hmm.
My mother, she's sweet. She's a sweetheart. She's great. My father's a great guy, but the thing is, my father, I don't know if it's because he was raised by his father.
Yeah.
They didn't really know how to like love their kids. Like, you know, they loved their kids.
My father was the same way. He loved us, but didn't know how to show it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure you were able to change that.
Yeah, of course.
And I look around, yo, even like today, like, you know, in this day and age, like I go around, I bring my son to a swim class, and I see fathers in there. Not only mothers, fathers with their kids, hugging them and kissing them, and I'm like, yo, it's.
I'm like that with my son.
Yeah, nah, it's amazing. It's really like, you know, I mean, people who are parents, I'm sure, are agreeing with us and understand, you know, what we're talking about. And people who aren't parents that don't strive to be parents, I respect that. But I'm telling you, there's something that really, like when you talk about your daughter being 18 and my daughter being 17, she's going to college next year.
That's crazy. Mine too.
And bro, I'm speechless, man. Like, I'll be honest with you.
Can't believe it, right? This is stunning.
It's
already coming out your pocket. It's like, yo, it's going down, bro.
Shit, man.
It's going down.
You're going to need a couple of new production credits, you know, to pay for this next
That's
one.
why I'm always on the road, man.
I actually, before you came in, if you're in the studio, who you in the studio with?
I'm actually working on, you know, new Smoke. There's a project working on, you know, new instrumental project. New Soul Survivor project, you know, just, you know, dangling with certain artists, you know, you know, good ones.
We'll go back and forth, you know. I mean, your journey is just too much to even cover, but we'll go back and forth. We'll start somewhere, but with Smoke DZA,
yeah, man,
what made you want to do a project with him? First of all, I fuck with Smoke.
Yeah,
I love his style. I love his vibe. He's a good dude. He's a real dude.
Yep.
And that's what I like about him. But what made you do a project with him?
I just known him. He's been a friend of mine for a long time. And, you know, one day we kicked it about doing music. You know, I didn't even know he rapped until I heard some stuff. And then one day I heard this one song and I was like, yo, I need to can I, you know, I heard it somewhere and I, you know, wanted a copy and asked him for it. And I, you know, played it to death and said, yo, we need to get together and do some shit. And
I'm sure he was like, fuck, are you kidding me?
He said he's been waiting, you know, for me to say that. So I was like, all right, cool, let's go, you know.
And the title is Don't Smoke Rock.
Yeah, Don't Smoke Rock. That's,
how the fuck
that's the group name. He came up with that.
Okay. Swaggy kid, man.
Yeah, man. he came up with that. So,
Yo, so you're gonna be doing something else? Are you doing another thing with him?
yeah, new album, another new album. Just working on the beats. The beats coming out real dope. And, he's a great writer and he's fast. So I know we'll get this done quick.
Okay. So that's some good stuff to hear.
Yeah.
Even when you speak about Pete Rock and making beats and how people love your beats, what would you even say that you like? What is your sound? Like if people wonder, like how people worry about Jay Dilla, they say, okay, this is a certain sound. Ninth Wonder, this is a certain sound.
My sound is like James Brown, soul, funk, jazz. You know what I'm saying? Like that melodic with mixed with hip hop, drums. Boom bap. Sometimes I go left and do, R&B too.
You ever add any of the Jamaican?
Yeah, I do reggae beats.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Vegas, where you at, man? Who is some of your favorite Jamaican reggae artists?
Mr. Vegas. I like everybody. You know what I'm saying? Buju, that was my favorite.
Yeah. Shaba.
Yeah, Shaba too.
I'll tell you.
Super Cat.
Man. Yo, reggae music is really like, you know what? And I know, you have a difference of like the younger music, but I will say this: older music, like oldies, Frankie Lyman, the stylistics. You talk about all this doo-wop stuff too. Yo, that music was like real love, real
lyrics,
exactly,
real lyrics, real music. Like,
and reggae is like that, like. There's no way reggae comes on, people don't dance.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Okay.
It's a feel-good music.
Exactly.
And then if you ever been in Jamaica, you'll know why.
Yeah. I've been to Jamaica. I'll tell you one thing. I've been to Jamaica. As soon as I came off, there was like 500 people in my face. I was like, yo, I had to tell people, yo, back up for a second. Back up.
Yeah.
I had to give, like, I had to tell them back up because how am I supposed to take, like, they all wanted to take me to the hotel.
Yeah.
But I can't pick 500 cabs.
Money.
I can't pick 500 cabs, so I had to tell him back up.
Yeah.
Give us some room.
Yeah.
So the one dude, I seen one dude. He looked like he was a hustler. So I said, "Yo, what's up?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "You need me to take you?" I said, "Okay, boom." So as I'm walking with him, he's like, "I got that stuff if you need."
Yes,
so I played it off like I don't know. You never know if there's cops. I don't know what it was. So I said, "Let me at least talk to this dude for a couple of minutes."
Yeah.
So I said, "I don't even know what you're talking about." Yo, let me tell you something, man. About 5 minutes later, I said, "You got that stuff?" Yo, he literally pulled over in the fork of the road, right?
Yeah.
And a Jamaican guy with dreads came out of the fucking bushes.
Well, bushes, bro.
Yo,
That's
through the fucking. I bought 100 piece.
Yeah.
That's what they had.
Stem.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he literally flipped it in the fucking window and kept it moving.
Yes, sir. Boom. See ya.
Yeah.
Bye.
Jamaican did not play.
That's how they do it.
Did not play, man. And we had enough. I was listen. I figured you can't go to Jamaica and not smoke, and I haven't smoked in so many years. I was high as a motherfucker,
and you cannot eat like a ton of food either.
No,
if you don't.
No. Do you still go visit?
Yeah, once a year.
Now,
can't wait to go.
Do you smoke or anything?
Yeah, I smoke a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
You feel like it helps you create a process?
No, but I like to create music and listen back smoking a joint.
What does that do for you?
Just was like, oh my God, yo, this is hot. Keep rewinding shit. The ones I like. You know what I mean? Make about 20 beats, and then just ride out and get in the whip.
Yeah.
Well, I don't, or go somewhere, and sit in the whip and just play beats loud.
Yeah. I always wonder about a producer because, keep in mind, some people don't like to hear their voice, right?
Yeah, I'm like
some
that.
people don't like to hear themselves or things they've done. Sometimes people are real talented, but people are shy. You ever like, for instance, when I tell you, you looked at as one of the greatest hip hop producers of all time.
Yeah,
sometimes
I
it's
like
hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to take that in. Sometimes, like sometimes when people give me credit, instead of me saying like taking the credit, I give them credit. Like, oh come on, man, you're great.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But how is it like listening to like? Did you get comfortable enough to know when something's hot enough?
Yeah, I did. But always throughout the years, I always had a problem with the way I sounded, just my own, And then sometimes when I hear people say, "Yo, man, you should rhyme more," people that like to hear me rap, and I'm like, I just do it. I ain't competing.
Yeah, you spit on a couple of tracks over the years back in the day.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
But didn't somebody push you back in the day? Was it Hev?
Pooh-Bah.
Oh, Pooh-Bah, yeah.
Grand Pooh-Bah.
Man, and that was when Pooh-Bah was in his prime too.
Yeah, he wrote my first 2 raps ever.
Really?
Yeah.
And you still speak to Pooh-Bah?
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you something, man. Pooh-Bah is one of those dudes, man, that is just somebody I feel is so important to the culture, man.
That guy is so talented, it's not even funny.
I mean, what he did, I mean, it's crazy, man.
His raps, the way he writes.
Bro, what he did with Hilfiger, too, was kind of crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like, that shit was monumental, man. We look at, when you look at hip-hop, it's just like, you got to look at it like, overall, like, that goes down in the books, you know? Like what he did with, Mary and what he did with with a
lot of people.
Yeah, so many. Yeah. Even just Brand Nubian.
Yep. But that's the foundation right there, especially the first album. That album came crashing through hip hop.
Listen, yesterday was the late great Heavy D, which is your cousin's birthday.
Yes.
Rest in paradise.
He would be 50 years old.
50,
today.
The big 50.
Yeah.
The overweight lover.
Yesterday.
Yeah. Yesterday, 50 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You credit Hev to giving you your shot.
Everything.
How did that even happen, if you bring us back?
Family, just, being around each other every day. Growing up with each other, doing things that kids do when we're young. Growing up, and then, from the very first, try in music, just, creating, from, doing parties and rapping at parties and being a rapper at the local, park, with DJ equipment set up with DJs and MCs out there.
Heavy was a lot more mainstream than underground. Mm-hmm. Did he design himself like that? Meaning, he wanted to be that.
Yeah.
Because he was kind of safe.
I think it's genius.
Yeah.
Because there's no one like him.
Sure. When I look back, you're right. I do think like that. Mm-hmm. And some of those songs, I feel like he spoke to us. Like he was telling his life through these, these stories.
But the ill shit about him is that he's done real hip hop records before. Like he's done real hip hop, and he's graduated from that. He elevated his sound, and graduated from that to like rap R&B. Mm-hmm. And then he did an album, Blue Funk, which was like
classic,
back to hardcore street rap, mixed with, done the Heavy D way, which had myself, Premier, and all these couple other producers on the album. When you think about Heavy D, and him pushing you and bringing you, and like you said, credit him to just your whole being. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Did you also believe in? Was he doubting himself? Did you also believe in him and push him to what he could do?
Yeah, we did that all the time. We used to always, be our own worst enemy. When it came to, what do you think, yo? I would be like that with music, But after a while, once I learned how to make beats, I didn't care what it sounded like. I liked the way it sounded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I had to learn my audience and what my audience liked, and then I started creating for my audience.
When I look back into, I think of Pete Rock and CL Smooth. Mm-hmm. When you think about 90s hip hop.
Yep.
Honestly, you think about it. If you didn't go on your own, right, and continue to do what you do and shine, people could have just remembered you as Pete Rock and CL Smooth.
Yep.
And now we're sitting here and you still, we gotta go. I can't skip over this, but you done stuff on Watch the Throne. Mm-hmm. You did stuff with Smoke. You're still out here.
Well, I do those kind of other things because of the passion and love I have to make music. Yeah, that's it. And regardless of what works out, what doesn't work out, I still want to, be a musician or be a hip hop producer. Making music for people.
But you were able to evolve too. Mm-hmm. Keep in mind you didn't just get stuck in.
And I'm a DJ too, so that's something that I always loved. That was the first thing I was doing, and it kind of graduates from that into what I've become.
I don't know if you've seen, but Wale went on a rant about a couple of months ago where he spoke about he wanted You know, he thinks more DJs should be celebrated for their techniques rather than their popularity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you heard about that or seen that.
I may have heard a little something about it, but
What do you think about that?
no, that's just his opinion. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You know, everybody's entitled to think what you know. I don't have an opinion on it. I'm just Wale's my dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We cool. Everybody, there's so many mixed emotions and feelings in hip hop today. This really is with people, you know, having something to say about how the music's being made, including myself.
Is it because and you'll tell me, but is it because it's not done with as much effort as you guys did back in the day?
Well, not as much. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I would say realness is missing. You know what I'm saying? And lyrically, it could be a little bit better. But you know, as far as I see it, I've learned that these guys are kids, and they're just doing what kids do.
But how it's funny because we see this a lot, and you're not the only person that has voiced an opinion. I know back years ago, you and Lupe had differences.
Lupe Fiasco.
Lupe Fiasco.
Yeah, no.
You're cool now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I can't be.
You're not hanging out and going to eat sushi.
I talk to him, so I don't know.
And even like this young kid, young Dolph. But here's the point I'm making. Young Dolph, he went back and forth with you. Yeah. Even the fuck, who else was there?
But all that was in the beginning, you know.
But here's my point: how do we bridge the gap? Like meaning, like
I want to.
How? How do these kids?
I think we're about to actually. You know what I'm saying? I think Smoke Diz is like a great connector for me with the young cats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he has relationships with lots of people, lots of and that's how I can at least put one foot forward, with bridging the gap.
What do you think about when they call it like mumble rap? You know what I'm saying? Is this something that you think is here to stay?
It's funny to me now.
But do you even? What about like people like the Migos? You like them?
I mean,
and I'm not just talking to you to find out like.
I don't dislike them.
Yeah.
I just feel like they can make better songs. That's all.
Yeah.
Just like what I mean. I understand it's the young way and let them live and all that. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, you got people looking up.
Yeah.
To you. Teach somebody something. Each one teach one.
Yeah, no, most definitely.
You wouldn't be here if we didn't.
Exactly, but the reason why I asked that for is because, say if they hear like Migos or all these other kids, they hear your thoughts on something. You tweet something, you put something on Instagram, whatever it is. Right away they consider you a hater. Right? Right away you're an old head.
That's
right.
Just
but wait. Right away you're irrelevant.
Right.
What have you done lately?
Right.
What has Pete Rock done lately?
Right.
Instead of appreciating your contributions to the game. But here's my point. That's why I asked you about bridging the gap.
They're making it not count anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What have you done lately?
All right.
So the point I'm trying to make is constructing criticism allowed or like I really feel like there's no solution
with a lot of them. You wouldn't think it's allowed, but everyone's entitled to an opinion, and that's what we all out here have to deal with, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't have a problem with it. In the beginning I did. I came out barking.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know what I mean? But
what made you slow down?
I just said, I realized it. I talked to a few people, and they're like, "Yo, man, talking some sense to me," and I'm like, "Okay, all right." You know what I mean?
I'll stop barking.
Nah, but seriously, and then me and Yachty spoke.
Really?
Yeah, and we cool.
How'd that go?
It was cool.
He seems like a young, humble kid. I mean. Who knows, man? I just think that maybe there's.
They just doing it their way. They don't want to, have to. They want to be the creators of a new era to where they don't have to look to what someone else did.
You ever see that post that Tank put up? Tank, the R&B singer.
Of course.
You see that post that he put up about the new age hip hop? Yeah, you know, he put up something that was. I mean, I really found it to be. You know, he was explaining his thoughts on what the new culture is doing. You know, hold on one second. I got to tell you this because this...
I saw a lot of interesting posts because, you know, I'm on Instagram too.
Yo, your Instagram is like, let me tell you something. You're like a media outlet.
Yeah, I need to...
Yo, I get put on to a lot of stuff by just following your Instagram. What is it again? Real Pete Rock?
Yeah, Real Pete Rock.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I definitely get put on like, yo, you post... Now,
you know what it is? I line up stuff and save it. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I have like a whole line, like 30 posts. Sometimes I'll just do 3 a day. I slowed down, then I used to go ham a lot. Still do at certain times. I'll have a frenzy.
Yeah, you know? Go on a rant, bring the dogs out.
Yeah, and then feel bad about it, and then get back to work.
Okay, well, hey, listen, you know, you're opinionated.
Yeah.
But here, this is what Tank said. Tank said, I just want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah.
He wrote, I'm utterly... So he has a picture up of Uzi and Lil Yachty. And he wrote, I'm utterly disgusted. I've never seen so many grown black men speak out against young black kids fighting to earn a living in this already difficult world. Yes, they're different, but so is MJ and Prince. Y'all still celebrate those men highly with no thought to their differences. The crazy part is that these kids actually represent positivity. They give a voice to those who feel like outcasts and may even have a hard time fitting in. These kids make being different okay, and give hope to those who may feel like their life has no value. Maybe you feel better if these kids ran up on your car high, tooled up with extended clips and told you to get down, lay down, or be found. That would make more sense to you. You definitely don't want them to live their dreams and have fun entertaining the world. You definitely don't want them to feed their families and get their mama out the hood, etc. You know.
We all had to get our mamas out the hood. And when you find out you have some talent and you make it in the business somehow, some way, and you find yourself making more money than you've ever made in your life, you know, it's just part of the territory and what, you know, comes with, you know, the music, you know, just with your talent. You know,
one thing I worry about is growing up, and I see, you know, how things evolve and they come back, you know, like retro. You know, growing up, you know, how we grew up, you know, I mean, you were probably a little bit older than me, but the way we grew up was like, some people, like, we love flashing lights, things that were like...
Yeah, they made, you know, the material thing a big thing now. Yeah,
like growing up, like, you know, like I want to have a Cadillac, or I want to have rims.
There's nothing wrong with having those things, but you can't base your whole album or, you know, every single song you got, you talking about this.
Sometimes,
instead of everything else that's happening out here that's going to affect every one of us.
Sure. Sometimes I see a lot of these, you know, young kids, like, you know, all their focus on is having, you know, a Rolex or this or that, you know, without even
getting...
Those
things are cool. I had a Rolex.
Of course.
Few.
Of course. Now, but let me ask you something. Going from somebody who, you know, before having, you got put on, not making much money, to starting to make, you know, do you remember the first time that you really felt like you successfully made it, like in the sense of money? When was that?
I think probably like 1992. It was a great year. Then all the way to like 99.
Really?
Yeah.
You mean money just coming in?
But yeah, it still comes in. It's just, you know, today the world has made a drastic change with music. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's different now. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it feels like it was a devised plan. You know what I mean?
In what sense?
I mean, you know, in a sense to where it just feels like a blueprint. You know what I'm saying? Of what, you know, how the process is going with hip hop. You know what I'm saying? How the changes.
Somebody like Kanye, younger than you, looks up to you. Some people even consider him to be like a Pete Rock.
That's my boy, man.
What are not only what your thoughts about Kanye and what he has been able to do, especially with the Yeezys and you know, finally getting a chance to, you know, show what he could do.
I think what it is the respect he has for people like myself and Premier and, you know, Diamond D and all those guys.
Shouts to Diamond D.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, he applies himself, but does it the Kanye West way, which I love, actually. He's made a lot of dope music. I think he's very talented and at the top of his game. And I want to hear something new from him, actually.
Absolutely.
I want to hear the old Kanye, though.
The old Kanye.
Yeah.
We want to hear the old 50.
It's not old school Kanye. It's actually who he is now, even though he's a little older. He still sounds the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just, change the beats and make something hip-hop.
Some of the songs you produced for Kanye, especially like even on Watch the Throne.
Mm-hmm.
Were you? Did you send that to him, or you were in the studio?
We were in the studio in Hawaii.
How was a session like that?
It was dope.
Is there fruits around there? Is there passion fruit?
Yeah, I mean, he has. I ate at his house actually, but
really,
yeah,
chef.
Chef and all of that. It's beautiful, but yeah, I mean, I guess around the studio where we was at in Hawaii, there were little snacks around and stuff, or he would send an assistant to the store and bring back things.
There's certain snacks that you need or he needs in there.
I mean,
like 2 Chainz love Skittles. I know there's a couple other people that like
smoking a little weed. We get hungry. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have to arm ourselves.
But how was it in Hawaii in the studio? How was that?
It was beautiful, man. Shit was dope, man. That was a great setting. I loved every minute of working with Kanye West.
So what is he just like for people who don't know? I'm speaking like we're speaking to just many different demographics. Mm-hmm. For people who don't know, he just like calls you up and says, "Hey, I'm working on something. Come down to the studio." If I fly you down.
He wanted me to come out. He some ideas must have been flowing around in his head, which called for me. Mm-hmm. So he reached out. And it's not hard for Kanye to reach out to a guy like me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And come to Hawaii.
Yeah, he's been sent for me.
Yeah, it's like a gangster, bro. It's like a mafia. Do you remember Donnie Brasco when he was like, you got to get sent for? Like in the mob, they say you sent for me.
Yeah, exactly.
He's but it's
I
got
had fun, man.
Yeah,
Hawaii's dope, man.
Yeah. But I'm sure you've been in the studio with him other places, right?
In California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, is he somebody that is so focused, like no joking around when he's in the studio?
Yeah, when he, when it comes to a beat he likes and he's really using on his album, he locks in. And it's all about that, like because I can remember we started at noon and we finished after midnight, like
12 to 12.
Yeah, it was like,
man. Yeah. That's you going from the sun to the dark.
Nah, it was fun for me though. Rick Ross pops up, in
Hawaii.
Kid Cudi,
all
these people I never met, and then we sat and chit chat, me and Ross.
What do you think about Rick Ross? I'll tell you one thing.
He's dope, man. Say whatever. He got a dope ear for music and beats.
People can say whatever they want about Rick Ross, but I'll tell you one thing.
Yeah.
That dude is passionate about hip hop.
Yes, he is.
And I'm sure he came up to you on a respect level.
Yeah, he knows a lot. He knows a lot.
What did he say to you when he seen you?
What up? He had the big thing of just, here, take what you want.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But musically, you could see it in his face, like how he loves the music, the way he talks about it.
Sure, and he respects the elders in the game.
Yeah.
He respects,
and I like his ear. Listening to his albums, and then listening to the beats he likes. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, he still has a good ear.
Man.
That most recent album he put out was dope.
Yeah.
It's funny too because I wouldn't think that even that Birdman disc that he put out.
Mm-hmm.
That song was so fucking listen, we heard Good Beef records that day from Nas, from Jay.
Yeah, that's the top.
That shit was so. I felt like he was like being respectful, but then letting you know what the fuck it is.
Yeah, of course.
Like I had to come to this.
We all men out here. Yeah,
and at the end he says, "My one last request: can all producers please get paid?"
Yeah.
Have you ever had problems not getting paid?
Everybody did. Of course.
It took a long time for producers to get full credit, right? Meaning like on a record.
Well, I mean, yeah, I actually can't complain.
Really?
Because I've gotten co-producing credit all the way up to producing credit. So at a very young age, like when I was working with Groove Be Chill, I did the title track.
Yep.
And got the credit on the album. You know what I'm saying? So I was young.
What would be your advice for some young producers who are getting into the game? What do you think some key advice would be for them?
Just do what's in your soul and what's in your heart, man. You know what I'm saying? Do the beats that your body tells you to do.
What about get a lawyer?
Don't do beats that you heard another man do. You understand what I'm saying? Do what your body produces for you.
Yeah. And get a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
Now, the reason why I say that for us, too, is because when you were growing up in it, I don't know if you thought it was real. Like, meaning, like, when you were doing it, you're like, yo, is this shit going to really be around? Did you think you'd be here 20 plus years from now?
It's a crazy business.
Forget about it, man. Bro, it's listen, hip hop is here to stay forever.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I seen you put up something the other day where RZA and Snoop Dogg were talking about
I like that.
Like he was, Snoop was talking about how hip hop is in everything. Like you take hip hop out of, like it's in commercials and
everything.
Award ceremony.
It's in everything.
Take it out of those things and see what the fuck they think about it.
It's like making iced tea. You can't make iced tea without no water, man.
There you go. There you go. What about what are you listening to right now? Like, what songs are you listening to?
But I'm mixing it up with oldies, with new
Anything
stuff.
Like any song, like there's some songs that you like out there that you're fucking with, or artists?
Yeah, there's a lot of albums I'm listening to right now. What's the artist that has the album Drunk? He's Thundercat.
Okay.
Thundercat album. I've been on that hard. And of course, still listening to D'Angelo Vanguard album.
You're about to make another kid. You keep on listening to that.
Yeah, J. Cole's album. I'm listening to.
What do you think about J. Cole?
First album, Kendrick's first album. I'm still on that.
Okay.
Even though I'm on the second album, but I'm only doing scratches in the ad lib. You know what I'm saying? Then this new album.
Oh, you're on Kendrick's album?
On the second one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, but what did it hit you up?
Well, for this one?
Yeah.
No, it's cool. You know what I mean? Certain people have ideas for who they want to use. You know, it's some people try to devise a great plan to make a dope album. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, sometimes you may not be in mind for what he wants.
What do you think about J. Cole?
I like him a lot. He's dope.
Another young kid.
Homie. Yeah.
Another young kid that really respects the game.
Yeah, definitely.
Really?
And the way he rap, you can hear it. You know what I'm saying? You can hear it.
What do you think about Drake?
Drake dope too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think he's dope because he comes from Canada.
Yeah.
And he's killing the game.
Killing it.
Like
killing it.
4 or 5 records a day.
Yo. You ever seen something like that?
Not in this day and age. Not the way
Crazy.
they play him. He's on.
I got a feeling he's gonna hit you up soon.
All day.
Man.
You turn on the radio. That's what
Drake,
you're gonna hear.
I got a feeling he's gonna hit you up soon.
I hope so.
To do something.
I hope so. I got some heat that I know he'll like. You know what I'm saying? Like on that same stuff that he raps on.
So you said you were listening to Kendrick, J. Cole.
Well, I mean, you know, TDE Crew, Schoolboy.
Schoolboy's
I'm
dope.
into like Locks, you know, Young Guns, that the whole Rockefeller movement, Freeway, Dipset.
Shouts to Freeway.
That was the first young regime that I was on. Like, oh, these dudes is hard right here. You know.
What do you think about a producer like Just Blaze and what he's been able to do?
Just is my man's. Yeah.
Another person who was really able to elevate and really leave a mark on the game. You know, you think about what
Just Blaze was actually, you know, you used to say that, you know, that it was because of me how he was able to get these big, huge checks.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
For beats, for producing music for people.
How?
Because I was, you know, it was like that for me. You know what I'm saying? For doing remixes and
bro, you did so many fucking... Bro, let me tell you something. It's so hard to... It's hard doing an episode with you because you have done so much in remixes. Before I even... You know what? Before we go to a break, just knowing you over the years, man, you're just a pure person, man. I've always appreciated that. Bro. And I want to mention a couple of people and hear your thoughts on them.
Okay.
Jay Dilla.
Man, listen. I walk with this dude's beads on. He's my favorite producer. You know, hands down, man. You know what I mean? You know, that's it.
What about Ninth Wonder?
Ninth Wonder, too. Ninth Wonder, Primo. I mean, Knots.
Knots is nasty.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mean to, you know, screw up your list of people you had.
Yeah, nah, it's all good.
All right, so go ahead.
I want you to add. I want you to add.
Okay, you want me to add to?
I got a couple more for you. Clark Kent.
It's Clark Kent, Ski Beats, Beat Miners, Lord Finesse, DITC, Diamond D,
Large Professor,
Showbiz, Large Professor,
Coogee Rap.
Well,
I mean,
Coogee Rap's I never know him to make beats. Maybe he does. I don't know. But
there's so many people. There's so many people.
Producing tip, Marley Marl. I mean, if you want to talk about older cats.
Let me tell you something. Marley Marl is somebody who really changed the game.
Innovative man.
Do you think he's underrated in this day and age? Meaning like that people don't even know who he is, like these younger kids?
I mean, you know what it is? It's a young world. It's a young world right now, man. You know what I mean? And then, I'm not to say that they shouldn't notice him or shouldn't pay homage to him, but just show some respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, show the man some respect. You know what I mean? Keep him in the loop. Like, we still out here grinding music out here. You know what I mean?
Marley Marl, man, is forever legendary.
Yeah, man.
And he gave you a shot at. Didn't he give you a shot at BLS?
Yeah, that's my guy, man.
He put you on the radio at what?
Yeah, I was on there a couple of times.
16 years old.
Oh, I mean, you talking about back in the day? Yeah, when I was. Yeah, that was because of Hev. I was 15. Okay, yeah. I was 15.
15 on the radio.
Yeah.
BLS.
Yeah, that was like the best time of my life because I was getting picked up in the OJ to come down to BLS to work. That was crazy.
So
going to the city, sometime bringing my younger brother with me, or having a guest with me.
When did is your father still around?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. When did your parents believe that your shit wasn't? Even though your father was a DJ, when did he believe that? Like, you became successful.
I called him one day when I was, in my mother's house. Went downstairs in the basement. And he must have hear me coming down the stairs, and I caught him he was just staring at the Reminisce cover, just looking at it, like touching it, looking at it. And I was like, it looked like he was like, oh wow, my son, he's really making music. Like I have his record in my hand, like, and it looked like that's what he was saying, But yeah, it looked like a proud son moment. Like he looked like he was proud.
Yeah. And that was a moment for you.
Yeah, that was a moment for me because I was standing back there watching. He didn't even know I was behind him.
The reason why I asked that for is because sometimes, like, our parents, they may not believe, like, all right, you're gonna, but they don't really believe what it really is and what you've become and your success. I even ask like somebody like Illmind. You familiar with Illmind, the producer? Of course. I asked like Illmind.
Yeah.
Like
his beats are dope.
Filipino, right?
Yeah, he's
his
dope
parents
as
like.
fuck.
When did your parents say like, all right, this kid's not playing around; he's actually making money and really being successful?
Yeah,
he is dope with his beats.
It's the passion in our hearts, man. That creating something, how it makes us feel afterwards. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you just want to keep making more and more and more and more, and then it becomes fun. Becomes your life.
Hey, you know what? Before we go to this break, let's add some more producers that you got love for. Since you changed my list, who else is it? Pete Rock is just giving shout outs right now.
Havoc.
Havoc, nasty.
Alchemist.
Allen.
Yeah. Jazzy Jeff.
Really?
Yeah. Let's see. Producers. Damn, it's Rockwaller. Eric Sermon.
Let me tell you something. Eric Sermon is underrated as a producer.
Man, he's been dope forever.
The Green Eye Bandit.
Yeah, man. E-Double, man. And Redman makes beats too. You know what I'm saying? Don't sleep.
Redman out here.
Yeah.
Listen, there's too many. You know what?
RZA
done made a lot.
True Master. Now, and True Mathematics. Yeah. The Wu producers, they dope.
Man, there's so many to mention. So many to mention. Yeah. I will say, let me take. You know what? Let's take a quick break. And we'll come back. Listen, light yourself up, L. Grab yourself some 150 proof Jamaican rum. Pete Rock is in the fucking building. Internet, so listen to the Premium Pete Show.
Money had the Remy. I don't drink Remy, though.
Oh, yeah. Isaiah had the Remy.
I don't like the dark.
Miss Listen Knows is in Puerto Rico getting a slide up in the DMs.
If you have some Patron on deck.
Find some Patron for Pete Rock.
You know what I'm saying?
Internet, don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Cheer.
Yo, check this out, man. It's Prodigy from the infamous Mobb Deep, the head nigga in charge, HNIC. You know what I'm saying? Repping that Queens, New York. Chilling, man, right now, man. Just kicking it, you know what I mean, with my homie Premium Pete. And this is the Premium Pete Show with Miss Listen Knows. You know what I'm saying? Now we do it, kid. Keep it locked right here. Don't go nowhere. Real shit. One.
Internets, we already told you that this episode is brought to you by the good folks at Bevel. Bevel, listen, they have took the grooming industry by storm. You see them in Target, okay? You hear them on a bunch of other podcasts. Tristan Walker has really created something that is cutting edge, okay? And just if you want to have a smooth, clean, baby ass shave, okay? And whatever you shave, I don't know if that's your face, your underarms, or even if woman, whatever you... Listen, let me tell you something. No better products than Bevel. Bevel's blades are second to none, okay? And Bevel, also their trimmer, has been used by barbers all over the world. And it's clinically proven to not have razor bumps and not have anything, okay? So head on over to getbevel.com/Pete. Check it out. Get yourself a discount, okay? See what they got to offer. I told you Father's Day is coming up, you know? Man or woman, get yourself some Bevel. Now let's get back to the show. Internets, and we're back sitting here with Pete Rock, the legendary Pete motherfucking Rock.
What up?
Listen, let me tell you something. As we're going over producers, you can never get through the whole list. But even like, you know what? Shout out to like Static Selector.
Wow.
What about
Static Selector, Buck Wow.
Buck Wow is nasty.
You know what I'm saying? Come on.
And Buck Wow has been, I'll tell you one thing over the years. I got to let
A-Rap music.
A-Rap music, yeah.
He's dope.
Even, what about somebody like Green
Swiss
Lantern?
Beats.
Swiss Beats is nasty.
You know what I'm saying?
Somebody like Green Lantern, man.
Yeah, Green is, I rapped on one of his beats.
Really?
Yeah.
Listen, Green Lantern is a good fella.
Yep.
Good dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's dope on the beats. He could DJ. He got talent.
Yeah. What do you think about this kid DJ Mustard?
I like Mustard too. He especially the Dej Loaf joint he did with some other guy. I don't know. I didn't know it was his record instead of Dej Loaf's record. And that's one of my favorite Mustard beats.
Do you like these young producers that have been moving around with Drake and like Boy Wonder? You familiar with them?
Yeah. I've been listening to even the one, I don't know who made that beat for Drake. I don't really know that I'm drunk right now.
Yeah.
I kind of like that beat.
Yeah, but I'm drunk, I'm high, but I'm bold right now. Now that's official.
Who made that?
I have no idea. We got to find out. Look that up. I say who made that.
I like that.
What about even somebody like 40 who does stuff with him? You know?
Yeah, it seems like everything Drake does or beat he picks is some melodic dopeness, and he's just flipping it on some. Whether he's singing on it or a little bit of rapping on it or trapping on it, he's killing it right now.
Yeah, you know who I like? He's been doing it for a minute. Cool Cat. I don't know if you ever heard of Chasing Cash.
Chasing Cash.
He's done a couple of big joints.
No, I haven't, but I'm pretty sure he's.
Yeah, he was. He did a lot of stuff with Boy Wonder, I believe.
Oh, word? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's from New Orleans, but. Dude is ill.
He's dope.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, as we continue just talking about producers and like I said, it's so hard to mention, get everybody. But you ever think about there being like a DJ union? Like a union? You ever think like hip hop would ever work with a union?
I think they have something like that going on, but not to the... I think they do have stuff like that out here, but not to what I know of, or to where I'm involved and other producers I know are involved. But I know there's some things people are trying to bring forth.
Hey, listen, I don't think it'll be a bad thing. You know what I mean? Getting a union that
I love DJing. That's the first thing I came out here doing.
Yeah. Clark always says that to me. He's like, I'm a DJ first.
Yep. Yep.
He always says that. And then you got to, it just shows how much respect there is in the game.
Yeah.
Yo, producing Juicy for Big.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck did that happen? Tell us how
Well,
that
I
happened.
didn't. Well, it was the idea basically.
Well, yeah, but
I didn't produce it.
In this day and age, they'll say
I did a remix.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm cool with it. I'm not even stressing that. I don't even.
But didn't you get? Didn't you? I swore that I was reading that you had a credit that you wrote some of it.
No, I ain't writing.
No?
That. Hell no.
Did they have like a
I
credit?
ain't writing no Biggie rhymes.
No, not Biggie. I don't know why they have that.
Nah, just the music. Just the remix I did for Bad Boy.
Yeah.
For Puff.
And but you did a bunch of remixes.
Yeah.
Public Enemy.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Oh man, somebody putting their trust and faith in maybe Heb's word or Eddie F's word. Somebody, they were pitching me, man. You know what I'm saying? And I came with something, that I thought was dope. That I thought had my signature on it. You know what I'm saying? And then, made it complimented Chuck's voice.
When was the first time you met Chuck D?
Around that time. Around that time.
And he fucked with the remix?
Yeah. Yep.
How important do you think Chuck is to the game?
Very important, because it's about knowledge of self with him, and wanting, and us know, him teaching us to know that about yourself. You have to have knowledge of self and be aware of things, that's happening around you, what the government's doing, so forth. He made you aware of a lot of those things politically in hip hop, and he made it possible, for you to talk about politics and hip hop.
Crazy thing is the things he was talking about back then are still happening today.
That's same with Pac. These guys were telling you what it is, what it's going to be, so don't be surprised when it happens.
Down with the Kings, Run DMC.
Yeah.
How did that go down?
Man, just the grace of God, being in the right place at the right time, and having people who believed in my music and my beats, and I created that actually with Jam Master Jay.
Rest in peace.
I produced it, but we did it together. You know what I mean? The beat.
How was it working with Jam Master Jay?
Fun, nothing but fun. I always tell that story in certain interviews, but it was a blast. He's fun. He's down to earth. He'll DJ with you. We sitting up there practicing for hours. It's on videotape somewhere. I can't find it though. But damn, the day I find that, if I ever do find it, I probably won't. It was probably destroyed somewhere. But yeah, it was. I used to watch it a lot, actually. I used to watch it a lot.
Rest in peace. Gone too soon, Jam Master Jay.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, man. All that stuff was shocking to artists because we didn't think that would happen in hip hop. That we could die like when Pac died, that was shocking. When Big died, that was like that tore New York down. Like, why would someone go to the left for doing something like that? For what? You know what I mean?
Yeah. What we can't even skip over "The World Is Yours."
Yeah.
Back then a young
shout out to Esco,
a young Esco, a young Nasir.
Yes, Nasir Jones.
When's the first time you ever met Nas?
In Queens with Large Professor.
And he introduced you as Pete Rock. He introduced you to him?
I don't remember how he introduced me, but we met, and he brought him up to Mount Vernon, and we ironed out some music, and we found that one pretty quick.
So the world was yours.
Beat was already made, but it wasn't made in specific. I was just a beat maker, so I was just making shit that I thought was dope, and then when he got to my house, I just started pulling out discs and playing them beats, and he liked that one, and then once he didn't want me playing nothing else, that's when I knew he wasn't, he wanted.
And then you worked on perfecting that.
Yeah.
And he wrote the lyrics right there?
Yeah, it seemed like he might have wrote the lyrics, during, after he got the beat, or he might have had a song. I know Nas is known for having songs, books of shit. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Have you seen him lately? You do some more work
the
with
other
him?
day. I was with him the other day.
Would you do some more stuff with him?
Yeah, trying to get
Trying to get on that new album.
I'm trying to get a bang.
I'm sure he's got to be coming out with a new album.
It's like, this is Nas. This is, you only did The World Is Yours. You got to come with something. And it's a new world. It's a new time. You got to come. Because he's still Nas. So I got to, beat-wise, I got to come with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on it, man. I'm on it.
Hey, listen, I'm hoping we see that Pete Rock credit up on that new Nas album.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
I tell you some of the stuff, but he's been able to evolve, man. Nas is amazing.
Yeah.
Even think even something like making that song called Daughters. Mm-hmm. That shit really hit home for me.
One of my favorite joints.
That shit really hit home for me, man.
Yeah, I like that beat a lot.
And I like that he's able to evolve and talk to us and really just relate, Yeah. That's what music is about, man.
Yeah.
Relating, man.
Mm-hmm.
You think about even like Heavy D and some of the songs he made, like, Somebody to Love Me, and
that was a classic.
Do you remember that day of?
Yeah, of course. I was around it all. I mean, not every single session, but I was there. You know what I'm saying? Witnessing a lot. That's how I, learned, from, being at, going with Hef to Howie T's house or Marley's house or Teddy Riley's crib in Virginia or I'm soaking up everything, saying, okay.
What was it like working with Wu-Tang?
Dope. Brothers after my own heart, you know what I mean? Like, because I like making street beats, you know what I'm saying? I like, that ghetto funk, street corner vibe. I love those kind of beats. So those guys come to mind when I'm making those beats. Even Nas comes to mind. Even Kool G Rap, a whole bunch of people.
What about when
Rakim, Big Daddy Kane?
Really?
Yeah.
What about when we talked about Watch the Throne and Kanye? We talked about being in Hawaii. What about, have you been in the studio with Jay before?
Nah.
Never?
But I've been in there. We were in the same room,
Sure.
Hanging out. I've been to a show backstage with him. Went to a Just Blaze session where he was there, and I met him.
Yeah.
Where they was doing.
But never did something with Jay besides that. Watching.
We wanted to though.
Yeah.
We've been, but.
Did he say that? Did he say that to you?
Yeah.
We gotta do something, Pete.
Yep. One time in Def Jam offices when I went up there to see him one time.
And it didn't happen yet. I feel like sometimes that's gotta. You ever feel like, from a producer's point of view, it's almost like for me, I see people like, "Yo, Pete, we gotta build." I'm like, yeah, and it never happens. Sometimes rappers and see each other like, "Yo, we gotta do a song."
It goes both ways,
Yeah.
Producers do it, artists do it. It's just a thing we do.
Yeah.
But we don't mean no harm.
Hey, listen, you probably got about one more shot.
Yeah. If someone's serious, then you'll know.
I mean, yeah, well, I guess so.
You'll know.
Looking back, you ever look back at some of your favorite sessions or favorite, involvements in producing just different tracks?
Yeah.
Do you have some of them?
Heavy D sessions, like I have to say, were the funnest. But being in the studio with Big Pun and Raekwon and
Pun got his guns all over the place.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Prodigy, Ghost, Peter Guns and Lord Tariq. Great experiences, man. Lord Finesse, being on the set of Menace to Society.
What was that like?
That was dope.
How were you there?
Was on the soundtrack.
Okay.
They invited us to the ending. They were wrapping up the movie, and then after the movie, they had something at Universal Studios. And we was all chilling. Yeah, that shit was dope.
Now you had a song that you produced on the soundtrack?
Yeah, on Menace.
What song was that?
Society. Death Becomes You.
Really?
Yeah.
And you knew that you were making that for a soundtrack?
Nah.
So you just made it, and then it made it.
It's a song.
Now, is the money different when it's on like a movie like that?
Yeah.
More money than is it?
It's good money.
Forget about it. I'm not trying to get into your pockets, Pete. We need. Have you had any other movie placements?
Commercials are good money. Movies are good money. You know, and just straight up, you good money if you keep making good music.
Yeah. He's like, straight up, you good money. Yo, did you ever have any other TV, not TV, movie placements? Like soundtracks?
Been on some?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are
High School High.
Really?
Yeah. High School High. The Fan.
Mm-hmm. Oh, The Fan.
Yeah.
That was with Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
That was a crazy movie.
Mike Geronimo.
What song? Oh, okay.
What else? What other movie? Who's the Man?
Who's the Man? Classic.
Yeah.
Shouts to I Love Her.
Poetic Justice.
Really? What was on Poetic Justice?
One in a Million song.
Okay.
1 in a million song for you, baby.
Yo, who was that artist that you were friends with back in the day? The white dude. What was that dude's name?
Adore.
Yo, you still speak
Let
to
it
him?
all hang out.
Yo,
Yeah,
that was
that's my man. Eddie.
That was yo. What?
That's my man. Eddie,
Why did that
man.
kid never pause? But why did that kid never blow?
You know, the politics of the game, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nobody's fault, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way the game works. Sometimes you get caught up in that web, you know what I mean? Got to untangle yourself, you know what I'm saying? And just keep moving.
You ever see him again?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen him in a while, but I've talked to him.
He's
We're
on Facebook
Twitter.
somewhere.
We're on Twitter. He hits me on Twitter to see
Oh, he
what's
does?
up once in a while, yeah.
I remember when you made that song, man. I was like, damn, who is this dude, man? That
Dope record.
That dude, yeah.
He killed it, too.
Let it all hang out.
He
Pause,
smashed.
but hey, listen, let it all hang out.
He smashed it.
That was a kid, you know, that you could really think of.
Yeah.
You know, I tell you one thing. When we spoke about advice for young producers and people coming up in the game today, you know, what do you think about like where we had Illmind here and he was talking about people selling beats for too cheap?
Yeah.
Do you think that obviously ruins the game of producing?
I don't even know where that fucking shit came from, man.
People are thirsty for money?
I mean, you know, that and then, you know, sampling too. If you make beats and you sample, you know, that could be a problem. So you have to do beats with no sampling. And hope you make a hit record and make some money.
Yeah.
That's it.
Now, was there anybody that you sampled that was cleared that...
But you could clear samples and still, you know, make hip-hop, real hip-hop music, you know, but I think today they rather not, especially if the artist is going to come, want to get paid, you know, you sample, you know, they're going to want...
Sure, you want a piece.
Yeah.
You know it's funny, I didn't realize that when I was doing some research, I said, yo, Pete Rock was a fucking paper boy back in the day. Is this true?
Yeah.
'Cause I was a paper boy back in the day.
We all had odd, small jobs growing up as kids. I used to flip steaks, too.
Really?
Yeah, in the mall, son.
Really?
Yeah, in the food court. I used to work in the food court.
Flipping steaks.
Word up.
And he's like,
Word up.
And
Rochelle Mall.
how was that?
Shit was crazy.
Now, let me ask you, did you
It
get
was good, you know, when I was eating that red meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't eat meat no more?
Nah, 27 years.
Chicken
26.
or you're straight vegan?
I still do chicken here and there, and then seafood a lot. You know, that's where I'm weak.
Yo, I've been fucking with red snapper a lot lately,
Yeah,
man.
I had the red snapper like maybe a week ago.
You know what's real good? A sea bass.
Yeah, that's the
That Chilean sea bass,
Yeah, it melts in your mouth.
forget about it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, listen, that sea bass it's expensive too.
Yes,
that
it's
sea
very
bass.
expensive, but
Yo,
I love it.
Yo, that
Especially miso sea bass.
Yo, let me tell you something. Clams.
Yeah, I like fried.
I like
clams.
I like tilapia, but it's such a cheap fish.
Nah, I can't fuck with it.
Such a cheap
Not
fish.
no more. Not
Yeah.
after what I've heard about.
What about flounder?
Not really too much on flounder. I mean, maybe here and there if there's nothing else to eat, and then I'll grab it. But
Do you cook though?
yeah,
Yeah. Listen, maybe internets don't know that Pete Rock cook. What does Pete Rock cook? Like, what's
Everything.
your specialty dish? You know what? Rest in peace to the
when
late
I was
great.
eating red meat, I used to cook oxtails.
Okay.
I used to make everything from Italian food to.
Let me find out you making chicken parm. I'll bring my grandmother
I
over
make
to see if
chicken
it's good.
parm. I make veal parm, eggplant parm, you name it.
Yo, let me tell you. I'll tell you this story. Years ago, we were me and Combat were at a Malik Yoba. I think it may have been like when he was on what's that show? Not Power, the other
Remember
one.
he had the
Empire.
restaurant on 42nd Street?
Yep.
Malik?
Yep. But we were there, and Kool Herc was in the building, and Malik shouted me and Combat out at the place, and then I was by the bathroom. I seen Kool Herc, and we were talking.
Yeah.
And we swapped each other's number.
That's my guy. Kool Herc is his godfather.
Yeah, we swapped each other's number.
Yeah.
And I gave him a shout, and I was like, "Yo, we'd love to have you come on the show." And he came on the Combat Jack show, but I had to go pick him up.
Oh wow!
And he was all the way out there.
Yeah, in the BX, up there, uptown BX,
all the way out there, and
Gun Hill Road BX.
Yep. So I pulled over, and I got out, and he was making oxtail.
Yep.
And he was making oxtail, and he had the okra,
Yep, okra. My pops used to eat that a lot.
And he's like, so I'm up by the steps, and he's like, "You want some?" And I'm like, "No, I'm good. I'm just trying to come pick you up, Yeah, and
I wonder if he had the butter beans in there.
Yeah, it's so funny. He came out with an iced tea, but he put the joint in like this big thermos where he wrapped a paper towel around it so it don't sweat.
Yeah.
Yo, he's just an OG, man. Just a triple OG, man.
I love bumping into him and having 2-hour long conversations with him.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
Kool Herc is good. So what's Pete doing now? What's Pete for internet's known? First of all, Real Pete Rock on Instagram. What about Twitter? Same thing?
I'm on Twitter at Pete Rock.
Pete Rock straight up.
Yep.
Now, what is Pete Rock? What could the internet be looking for?
Smoke music. Just working
Smoke
on
Dizza?
Yeah, know that I'm always working on music. Making beats constantly like I used to when I was young. But it's just the same old me doing what I love doing. I started coming up with a band also. So.
Do you mean you have a band?
Yeah.
Like what?
That I'm putting together. It's gonna be dope because
people we may know.
I'm picky about players and how they play, and I want to hear what they do before I make a decision. Yeah.
What's your thoughts on Questlove? Somebody like Questlove has been able to be at such a high level for many years.
He's dope because he has drums. His drumming is dope. Like the way he does certain drum patterns, and then how he tunes his snares and kicks and stuff to sound like old records, and
I love what they've been.
He sent me a lot of break beats.
Really?
That he's done manually.
Yeah.
It sound like a drum beat on a 45 or something.
Yeah. That's I tell you, Quest is someone that I feel like that's been able to stay at a high level.
Yeah.
And be productive.
For a long time.
And you know what? One thing I give them real much credit for?
Yeah.
They really have not changed who they are on Jimmy Fallon. Mm-hmm. Meaning like they have brought a lot of soul.
Yep.
Because of them, that place is soulful.
Jumping.
And it's organic and authentic. And
shout out to Black Thought and the Roots crew.
Listen, Black Thought is to me one of the most underrated lyricists in the game, man.
We used to hang out a lot. Yeah.
Out in Philly?
New York. He's in New York a lot. We used to hang out. And when we would, be on the road bumping into each other, we hang out and, chill.
Now is we spoke before, but is Kanye? I mean, not that we're telling something that people don't know, but is he putting out a new album?
I don't know. I mean, when I was with him in Malibu, he played me some fire.
With him spitting?
It was trappish, but it was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is I don't have a problem with trap beats, but if you do it dope, I don't got no problem with it. If you do dope shit, you know what I mean? It's just lyrics I'll be having a shit fit about.
You think because people hear like all this trap stuff in the club and it's on the radio and it's moving and grooving, you think some artists feel like they need to?
Yeah.
You think they feel?
Yeah. I think the natural, normal thing is to just follow. People are gonna just follow what they hear. They've been doing it for years, and no one's changed it. No one said, hey, stop being a follower. People said it, but ain't nobody listened. So, that's just the way of the world. But you can create a lane for people to follow you.
You still speak to CL?
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He chilling.
Yeah. Do you ever get like they do like 90s concerts or anything? Do you ever get like offers?
We do shows here and there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me tell you, when they reminisce over you. how was that even made? Because that is
I
to
don't
me
know.
that may be one of the top. That's got to be down in the top
It was made with these two
top
hands.
hip hop songs, man.
Nah.
What'd you say? It's made with what?
I said it was made with these two hands and a sad heart
Really? Why?
because my boy Troy died, you know, and we want to just give him back something in return to show him our love, you know, and how much he meant to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I tell you that some song that still to this day is just super powerful. You know,
Yeah.
just I mean, production wise, it's crazy.
Yep.
You
Good
know,
looking, man.
and again, like I said, one thing I really appreciate about Pete Rock is that Pete Rock and CL Smooth, they could thought about when they reminisce over you,
Yeah.
they could have left it at that.
Yeah.
You know, oh, okay,
Well, that was a CL title.
No,
CL
I-
came up with that whole
Yeah?
idea. Yeah, I thought that was pretty clever.
yeah. Hey, listen, you know, even the lyrics, like, yo, it's just crazy. That song is a crazy song when you think about, you know, just the lyrics, you know.
Yeah.
What was it, Aunt Pam?
Yep. Just some real life shit.
Yeah.
You know, sisters, aunts, uncles,
Yeah.
pops, moms, brothers.
I'll tell you, you know, when I speak to a lot of artists, whether it be producers or whatever, you know, we speak about, you know, writing a will or worrying about, you know, their kids when when they leave. You know, have you made like beats or things that like, you know, do you ever prepare like that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you just give your personal possessions of what you've done in your life to your kids. Period.
And is that something that you have to set up? Because I think some people are afraid to.
Now, the way they do it, yes, because it's a bit, it's, you know, you have this paperwork. You got to make it happen.
Yeah, it's funny because I was telling Just Blaze one time. I was like, "Yo, I don't want to write a will because I feel like I'm you know, I feel like it's like I'm saying I'm gonna die." And he's like, "Yeah, you are."
Everybody
Yeah,
is.
you know, but you don't realize that shit, right? You know,
Yeah.
when you think about it, like writing a will, like you know,
that
like
shit's crazy.
to leave it.
It is what it is. I'm
Now-
enjoying life, though.
Now you have an 18-year-old,
Mm-hmm.
and you also have how old's your
Son is 11.
11?
Yep.
How has that been difference between a daughter and a son?
No difference. They're both great kids.
Yeah.
Because they got their daddy blood inside. Nah, let me
They
stop.
got that Jamaican
Nah,
150
shout out to the
run
mothers
proof.
and my wife, you know, and she's a great mom. Raised my son well, and he's a great kid. Both my kids are. My daughter, she can draw like professionally. Draw like she can draw cartoons. She can design, you know, clothing. Like she really rocks out. It blows me away when I see her. You know, I'm blown. So yeah. You know,
And did your son like DJing? Did he ever try to DJ yet?
he's DJing, but he's also into playing with his computer, his phone, and video games. But then when it's time to shut that down, I just take it all away. You know, so it won't fuck with him in school and all that.
Yeah, you gotta stay focused.
Yeah.
And I think that's the most important thing
'Cause
too.
you could easily lose focus.
Yeah, especially this day and age. Yo, one thing that we share is for the love of sports, man. And we're both diehard Giant
New York
fans.
G-men.
You know, it's funny. I was telling my father that Giants have always been a defensive team. You never seen a receiving core like, you know, that we're going to have this coming year.
And we had last year.
Well,
Shit,
yeah.
we made it to the playoffs.
But Brandon Marshall,
Yeah.
you know
who I miss?
who?
Brandon Jacobs.
Yeah. Well, he was
He
was a
actually
leader.
Dude scared of him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He was
Get out my way. You're going to get ran right over. I'm
Yeah.
the train.
Yeah.
He was like a train on the
Him
field.
and Bradshaw were real good together.
Yeah, man.
You know,
They
and
complemented each other well, you know?
now you've been to a bunch of games. And,
Yeah.
and over the years, you know, obviously there's always relationship with athletes and artists or producers. Who's some of the Giants that you became cool with?
Antonio Pierce.
The monster.
Yeah. He's very cool. Justin Tucker.
Justin, listen, that's family, great dude.
Yep.
Yo,
Victor Cruz.
I wonder where he lands up.
Who Tucker?
Cruz.
Somewhere
He,
good.
I hope he don't go to Cowboys though.
Yeah, that's we all, I think everybody in New York don't want him to go there.
No.
Don't want it. I don't think he would go there being that he's a New York guy. He
Yeah.
knows how we feel about them Cowboys.
Yeah, most
He
definitely.
ain't gonna go on there. He ain't gonna go. Well, Jerry Jones has a lot of money.
So. Sure. He could throw that bag at him.
Yeah, he could throw it at him. But let's not think like that right now.
But exactly. But it's funny because it's even with the Knicks and seeing.
I think Giants could have kept Cruz, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He needs time to heal, man.
Yeah.
He has one more spur left, man.
And I thought that he was a class act, and he could have rubbed off on a lot of these young kids as just being somebody who's super
at least
professional.
He got a touchdown in Dallas. So.
Yeah, he did. What about the Knicks, man? Will the Knicks ever be good, Pete, man? Will the Knicks ever be good, man?
Get me started, bro.
Will the Knicks ever be good?
Nah.
You're not happy with Phil Jackson?
Nah.
You're not happy with...
No. I'm not happy with the owner, the office, the Phil Jackson. Because you know what? No one anticipated Phil to be a basketball operations director. No, we didn't get excited for you to come here to do that. We thought you were going to coach the team.
Sure.
11 rings. That's impressive.
Get behind that bench.
We're like, hey, we're finally going to win.
Sure.
It's a letdown, bro.
Are you okay with Melo leaves? Do you think that's what we need?
I don't even pay attention to that talk no more because until I see him really actually leave the Knicks, then it is what it is, man.
What about Porzingis?
Talk. Of course.
You think this kid's the real deal?
That's the one great thing. The one light that shined last year was that guy.
Yeah. Knicks need a lot of help, man. Listen,
he still needs a whole lot of work, though. But he's there. I could see him developing in the next 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Being a substantial player.
Listen, the Knicks need a lot of help, man. They let us down for many years,
bro. What hurts the most is how all good players came through the Knicks and left us to go.
And they go win.
Hey, you got 3 on the Cavs right now.
Yeah, with Shumpert.
If the Cavs win this championship this year, Shumpert will have 2, JR will have 2, Derek Williams will have 1. Mozgov has 1.
No, that's crazy. When you really think about it. That's crazy.
Man,
yo, how didn't you work with Coolio back in the day? No? What about Fat Joe and them?
Nah, but we were cool. We were always cool. Me and Fat Joe always cool, but we never did nothing.
You know who we had on, and then the story with the Knicks, we had Rod Strickland on.
Oh yeah,
a couple of months ago.
That's my homie.
Yo, Strick from the Bronx.
Yeah, that's my homeboy.
He's trying to get this head coaching job, I think, in Florida A&M.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw him in Portland one time.
Yeah,
in the Nike outlet.
Oh yeah,
yeah. We were chit chatting in there. And I saw Tony Delk in there. Yeah, 3-point king.
Man, classic shooter from behind the arc.
Yep. It's good to see him.
Now, let me ask you, have you, besides music, have you invested your money in any other things that you decide to do? Like, you ever plan on maybe real estate or open a restaurant? or
I've been talked to about from some friends about getting into some things, and it's looking promising.
Because I'm sure it's not easy for everyone to make money in music.
No, it's not. Because I look at it like this. I was fortunate in enough to see, how the music business can be up and how it can be down.
It's like a stock exchange.
Yeah, and how you can come and how you can bye-bye. You don't see you no more. You know what I'm saying? It's we can get thick in the music business. Mentally too. For me, it could just mess you up if you're not strong up here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, listen, internets. I mean, Pete. I appreciate you taking the time. I know that you had a crazy day, and I know that you live far away.
It's all good.
And I really appreciate you taking the time to come and sit down and chop it up.
Yeah.
It means a lot to me. Like I said, I never had no
Premium Pete.
I never had.
You got my name, bro.
Forget about it. You know
what I mean? Forget about it.
But listen, internets, check for Pete Rock, Real Pete Rock on Instagram, Pete Rock on Twitter.
Yeah, man.
Check what he's doing. Got a couple of things coming. He's in the lab.
Yep.
He's moving around.
Yep.
Making music.
Yep.
possibly investments on deck.
Yep.
Check his his Instagram is like a media outlet. He will make you. He will put you up on.
You
news.
know what? I said, damn, I think I post too much, but I was like, you know what? I'll slow it down. But when I'm in the studio taking breaks, I get on Instagram. When I'm actually, at the airport, which I'm always traveling, is where I do most the posting because I'm waiting for flights and I'm, on the plane. Sometimes Wi-Fi on the plane, I'm on the plane.
Not a lot of older artists or people in the game really adapt to social that good. You have.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Some people really still, I don't get
what? You know why? I like to laugh. Me and Hef grew up cracking jokes, funny, we crack on you, in high school we had cracking crews and, I went to high school with talent.
Sure.
Comedians. So
sure, really?
He used to have the whole courtyard cracking up. You know what I'm saying? So
Gills?
I grew up cracking and laughing and, so, I'll post some funny stuff. I'll post some serious stuff. I'll post, Black brother, be proud.
Sure.
I'll post, old school shit, karate flicks, cartoons.
Who's classic? That guy who screams about the Giants that you post. What's his name?
Oh, Vic.
Yeah,
I love Vic.
Yeah, he's like, you fucking had 3 yards to fucking
because
go.
We never had someone like this out here.
Yeah.
To speak that what we think. When we're mad when we lose a game. You know what I'm saying? That shit helps, bro. Trust me. I love it. I love that dude.
Yeah. It's crazy, too, because we live in a sensitive world.
Yeah.
And, it's hard for even comedians to make jokes.
Yeah, you can't. Because, certain jokes, the guys don't know how to take it. You know what I'm saying? But it does sound like, ooh, was that really a joke? Or did he really just try to... But he's a comedian, so it's a joke. You got to remember he's a comedian. He's not trying to...
Sure. That's his job.
Yeah.
What? How much love is there for Pete Rock internationally?
Lots.
Because I know sometimes you be out on those Germany,
everywhere.
How much love? Though they really love hip hop out there, man.
A lot. Like it's crazy. I love it, man. Being international, there's nothing like it. You know what I'm saying? And for artists that don't go, I'd suggest that you go experience that, regardless of ISIS out here attacking motherfuckers. And shit. We still there. Like when we landed in London, we had landed and the guy jumped out the cab and stabbed the cop in London to death. We had just landed in London, and then I was in Paris 2 weeks ago, and there's like army men everywhere in front of my hotel, just with their guns out, just walking up and down.
Your passport got to have mad stamps on that motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm actually have to get a new one before I even make the very next trip. I got to go renew my passport.
Can you describe that feeling from a young black dude from the Bronx, 20, 30 plus years later,
getting to see the world like this?
Yeah,
I mean, I would want any and everybody to experience what I have. Seeing what I've saw. You know what I mean? Like, some people can't get out the hood, but it's not, it's not impossible for you to, to not see the world. It changed me. Yep.
Give you a different perspective on life. Hey, listen, man, it's an amazing journey. You have so many accolades, so many remixes, so many people you worked with, and it's amazing to me, that Heavy D.
Yeah.
Your cousin.
Rest in peace, man.
Rest in paradise. Was
well missed by your whole family.
What was I mean, I look at it like this is beautiful to see you a product of Heavy D.
Yep, I was under his wing.
Yeah.
Yep. He used to brag about me to people. Yo, I got my little cousin. Yo, watch.
Yeah.
Say stuff like that.
Yeah. It's crazy because when you think about that, and then we go back to what we spoke about in the beginning about how people look at you as one of the greatest hip hop producers of all time.
Yeah,
like you. Who would ever fucking thought?
I mean,
Heavy's up there looking at you.
I didn't think
about
it. I just thought about making beats because I love making music. I ain't care about what people thought.
Listen, the journey.
No disrespect.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. But the journey is well respected by many. I think your name comes with respect.
Yes,
when people think about Pete Rock, they think about a person who respects the game.
Hip hop.
Most definitely.
You know?
Anyway, listen, Internets, we spent some great time. He got to head back. Rockland.
Yeah.
You know, what you listen to on the way back?
I'm actually in the car listening to rock music right now. Bro.
Really?
Anthrax. They were my label mates.
Oh, that's right.
On Elektra.
Yes. The label, man.
They have great music.
Music.
And B2, I listen to B2.
Okay.
You know, they have great joints. A whole bunch of stuff. I'm old school.
Of course. I feel like this is the
Rod
last thing.
Stewart, I listen to.
Rod Stewart. Let me tell you something. Rod Stewart
is the shit, man.
There's a couple of songs that really, really hit my heart. One is "Forever Young."
Yeah.
And there's another one that reminds me of just like my father. I forgot the name of the track.
He did an instrumental album.
Yeah,
really? Very rare. It's out there. A rare instrumental album where he produced the whole album. And I found it. And I was like, yo, what the fuck is this shit? You know, I'm listening to it like, wow. Does anybody even know that this exists? You know.
What about Phil Collins? You like Phil?
I love Phil. Yeah. I love all the 80s.
You ever grab any inspiration from those guys to make sense?
Come on. We all did in hip hop. We used their records.
Yeah.
We used their records. David Bowie.
Yeah.
Like we was cutting that.
Yeah.
So many of the white musicians, even the Doobie Brothers, Ralph, Michael McDonald.
Michael McDonald.
White was
I don't
just
think
as prevalent in hip hop as black, musically.
Mm.
Look, the bongo, the Apache.
Yeah,
He's a white guy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And it became a theme song for hip hop. That Apache shit.
You know, I never looked at it like that until you said that.
Yeah.
You know, about being prevalent like that.
That shit fucks me up every time I listen to that song.
Yo, that guy Michael McDonald, I feel like he got some black mix in him because that dude got some soul, man. Holy shit.
He got a soul up in here.
Yeah.
I feel like that comes out here.
I feel like that motherfucker had a gray beard since like he was born. Like he came out with a gray beard.
He's the shit, man.
Yeah.
Doobie Brothers was the shit, man.
Nah, man, that's some. Listen, beautiful
Carpenters, all
Carpenter,
that.
Yeah, Carpenter, man, there's some. Sometimes I have to listen to other music like that. Just really like things
to appreciate.
Yeah.
The music that you're hearing now, like even just appreciate life because the lyrics they were talking.
Yeah, even like Guns N' Roses, I was listening to.
Similar situations that happen in your life. He talked about it.
Yeah, like Sweet Child of Mine. Like, yo, when I hear that, like,
it's crazy. It's a crazy joint.
Yo, and even like, even another one.
Isaac Hayes too was deep.
Yeah, very deep.
Lyrically deep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Listen, there's so many people to go over, but
yeah, exactly.
Pete's got to head home. He got red snapper on the grill. Squeeze a little lemon over it.
I already started cleaning up my backyard, getting ready to start barbecuing up a storm.
Okay, listen, I'm coming over there one day. I'm gonna pause, but we need some sausage and peppers.
Exactly.
Okay.
I got you. Okay. I got the chicken sausage joint.
Okay.
Organic ones too.
Really?
Yeah.
See now,
Premio. They have them at Whole Foods.
Premio. You're right.
Yes. They have them at Whole Foods, baby.
Yo, this organic. Yo, again, like my lady. My lady does everything organic. Yeah. She got organic fucking toothpaste. Yo,
I do too.
Yeah.
Tom's.
Yeah, that's what she got. Yo, she got mango.
Yes,
something.
Yes.
Yo, you know it's funny too because it's like just being. I'm gonna explain to you. Being a stubborn Brooklyn kid, and when I say stubborn, what I mean is like. Just because I never had organic doesn't mean I need to make fun of her and not accept and try it.
Right.
But I'm like one of those kids where I'm like, man, what the fuck you doing over here? Organic. Like this is crazy. But I finally broke down and like said, okay, I'll try it.
Yeah.
So I'm on the toothpaste. Everything this girl does is organic. I swear to God.
They have organic
pillowcases.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I don't need an organic pillowcase. Yes, you do. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
She's like, maybe it'll help you stop snoring. I'm like, leave me alone.
I got an organic supermarket right by my house.
Really?
Yeah.
It's expensive though to live that lifestyle, man.
It is, but I love it in there though.
Yeah, you know, you don't realize how important health is.
You gotta start eating better, man. It's real. I was not an innocent angel all the time. I used to eat bullshit. You know what I mean? And then I just changed it a little bit. You know what I mean? I cut out red meat years ago. Obviously 25 years ago, 26, something like that.
Do you feel better? You know that you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm lighter.
There you
it's
go.
just that the intestine work when you eating steak all the time, and it builds up. You know, when John Wayne died, he had like 60 pounds of that waste in his stomach because he was a steak eater.
Yeah. You know, it's sad, too, because I think people look at steak as being like an accomplishment meal, too.
I used to love me some steak.
You know, like, we're going to have a nice fucking steak. You know, it's funny. I'll never forget in Bronx Tale,
Right.
When the young kid didn't want the steak. He said,
We
your
have some-
father drove up and down.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how long he went to work today for that steak? You're going to eat that fucking steak.
Yep, he sure did. He told it like it is.
And you
That's
think
my favorite movie.
Yeah.
I went to high school with the bad guy, the young white dudes
Yeah.
that was fucking with the black guys. in
Okay.
the movie, the one with the black top hat. I went to high school with that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the kid up here, Cologino,
Yeah,
who played
oh,
Cologino.
yeah?
We had him up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had. He
That's
tells.
cool.
He
That's
tells.
dope.
He told an amazing story. That dude could tell a story.
Well, you know, there's the first version of Cologino too. The little
The young kid.
version.
Yeah.
He's grown up now too.
Yeah. He's
Tatted
doing
up.
things. Yep.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
He's all grown up now.
Yeah, it's amazing to see all that
Yep,
shit.
Exactly, man.
Listen, internets, man, we could go on for days, man.
Word.
Just on the journey and just about what Pete Rock. But listen, I want to tell you first of all, not only I told you before, but I want to tell you again, thank
Yeah.
you for stopping by.
No
But
problem.
more importantly, Pete, thank you.
Premium Pete, you got my name.
Listen,
I
thank
told
you. Thank you for the contributions. Real
Yes.
talk, like you, I appreciate.
Nah, I appreciate it, bro. Thank
Most
you.
definitely. Internets, make sure you subscribe to us on SoundCloud, on iTunes, Stitcher, all over. Listen, okay? Just make sure you subscribe, get locked in, tell a friend to tell a friend. And listen, Pete Rock,
Yeah.
my brother.
Peace.
See you next episode.
All right, baby.
Cheer.